Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I like to do these about once a month. Generally that's about as many times as I can think of an amount of things to talk about, because these videos are pretty long. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and start doing my face and talk about the topics that I'm interested in talking about. Everything will be listed down below, and I might show a couple of the items while I'm putting them on. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was just the change that I can see going on in the makeup community. Now, depending on who you watch, depends on, honestly, if you can see this change or not. So if you're one of those people who watches a majority of the million follower YouTubers, you're not going to see the change compared to like me, who a lot of the people that I follow are under 100,000 subscribers. And that's just a personal preference. I can relate to a lot more of the people under 100,000 compared to a lot of the more popular YouTubers. And the biggest way that I relate to them is just because they're interested in indie brands. That is my home. I love indie brands, and so I use YouTube. Wow, I use YouTube just like anybody else. So I'm very interested in seeing videos that review items that I'm interested in or brands that I'm interested in. And for a lot of these bigger YouTubers, they don't really use indie brands, or they only use the indie brands that are like super popular. And then on top of that, a lot of the bigger influencers only review products that they get in PRs at some way, in some sort. And that's cool. I'm completely happy for them. But there's just not that relation. Like, I'm not getting PR like that. So like there's no relation for me towards them. So I don't really click with them, which means I don't really watch their videos. But anyway, that was a rant for no reason. What I think is happening in the beauty industry is a lot of people are becoming fatigued. A lot of people are just like, I have all of this makeup and I'm not getting my money's worth. I'm not seeing anything really new in the makeup community. I'm seeing all the same things. And so you're starting to see a lot of people going on these extravagant no buys. Ugh. You're seeing a lot of people go on these no buys for like long periods of time, or you're just seeing them review a lot less. And that, I mean, it's a twofold situation. So you got the beauty brands or the makeup brands who are releasing a whole lot of product every so often, but you also have the influencers to blame. And it's because of the fact that a lot of influencers, when they're trying to get popular on whichever social media platform they're trying to really get some traction on, they aim to review the items first. They aim to really make a name for themselves, whether it's bashing a brand even though they know it's really good, or whether they give a certain brand that they know isn't good the most praise. Like, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people do that. So you get brands who are going to push out more products because they want more platform time on these people's channels. And it's just a never-ending circle, and with now all of these YouTubers that I can see that are going on these elaborate no buys and low buys and all that, that's causing a potential shift. I can see a potential shift going on that's going to happen next year, where brands are not necessarily going to be releasing as much stuff, let alone if they do, a lot of their stuff is going to go on sale, because a lot of people have felt fatigued. I felt fatigued, not for anybody else's problem, but for me. I just have been purchasing a lot this year in particular, And so it ends up racking up and just sitting. And even right now I have about 4 or 5 eyeshadow palettes that I need to test out. And these are, majority of those, no, not majority, all of those were purchased prior to November, or they were purchased during Black Friday. And I don't even think any of those were Black Friday purchases. So a lot of things have been sitting in my collection because I choose to continue to purchase things. And that's a personal decision that I am coming to grips with, and I'm starting to really change my perception on. Not for anybody else, honestly, for me, because the amount of money that I've been spending in this realm has just been a lot. I don't have my under eye setting powder. Give me one second. So the amount of purchases that I've been making is just atrocious, honestly. There has not been a time, I don't think this year, where I have not been waiting for at least one package. And that's crazy. Now, granted, with indie brands, a lot of times you can purchase something in like November, and depending on the brand and like how popular they are, depends on if they already have that in stock or not. And I can still not get the product until late December, January, which is fine with me because, like I said, I love indie brands, but it's still crazy that for a whole 12 months, 365 days, I have not had a period where I have not been waiting for a package. And that is something that, like I said, I am starting to really think about, and just think about all of this money. Yes, I'm happy with almost all the purchases I make. I am pretty thorough in my investigating of, you know, will this product actually work for me? Well, let's think about it. How am I liking to put my makeup on? Stuff like that. But all of this could still go towards my travel. Hence my name. I love traveling. And I am starting to really get more in my own when it comes to that. And hopefully this upcoming year I can do at least 2 or 3 trips. But all of this money, like, it could be used for other things. And I think that's what a lot of these beauty influencers that are smaller in nature are starting to really realize. It's like, yes, I love all of this makeup, and yes, I'm happy that it's in my collection, but I could potentially be using this money that I'm putting towards this makeup for something else. And that's where I have come to. Now, granted, a lot of these influencers that are in the thousands of subscribers, tens of thousands of subscribers, have been doing this for a lot longer than me. They've definitely have a bigger platform than me, and even they're older than me. So financially, we're in a different place. And that is something that you always need to keep into account. Like, just because you may be a certain age doesn't mean you can't do something. It's more of just, where are you in your makeup journey? Where are you in your financial journey? All of these things combined. But I think as a whole, the makeup industry is really shifting towards a place where we're not going to be consuming as much makeup. It's just not something. And then on top of that, a lot more influencers, this is not the right brush, oh well, a lot more influencers are, no, I don't. So a lot more influencers are becoming cruelty free. And that is really helping to push more brands to actually become cruelty free themselves. And, you know, for the brands who aren't cruelty free, they can see that they're slightly losing money, dee-da-dee-da-dee. And so that's really starting to shift the community to not only be to not only think it's important to get platform space on other people's platforms and to really push the envelope in being artistic, it's also pushing brands to think about the environment, think about animals, dee-da-dee-da-dee. And I think that's a really good thing. I think so many times people say it's just makeup, it's just makeup. And although I do agree with that concept, the makeup industry has become so big, so big. So many different brands, so many different people are trying to get into it for a reason. They're not trying to create a makeup line that is expensive, you know, just for a love of it. Not all of them. Some of them are creating it because they see the money. They see how all of these people are willing to spend an arm and a leg to get something to review, to get something to just have, even if it just has somebody's face on it, or if it has a childhood character's face on it. These businesses are really starting to see that and to really honestly take advantage of it, you know. And with this smaller movement of beauty influencers that are being more conscious of their purchases and just really taking into account what they bring into their collection, they're influencing their own subscribers, which in turn is going to really start to, in my opinion, drastically change the makeup industry. I think it's good. Like I said, I am starting to really calm myself down. I'm not going to make an official video because I don't feel it's necessary. I'm good. But I am now only allowing myself to buy 3 items within each section of makeup per month. And I know that might seem like a lot to other people, but to me, that's not. It's far from it. And already, so today when I'm recording this is the 6th. And I've already done a terrible job in the sense that I have not stretched out my purchases. So I've already bought all the lip products that I can this month. I have purchased all the single eyeshadows that I can this month. I can still purchase 1 highlighter, 1 bronzer. I think I can still purchase blushes. I have not purchased any eyeshadows this month, or eyeshadow palettes, which is surprising. But yeah, I think that is going to be a good method for me. 3 is a lucky number for me. So I'm thinking that that'll be a good number and that'll be a good plan. You know, later on we'll see. But I really do want to take some of that money that I have been saving. I want to take some of that money that I have been saving for makeup and all of that stuff and really put it towards more traveling. I love to travel. I really do. And I'm thinking of actually doing a video talking about some of my trips that I have done. To date, I have been to London, Ireland, Paris, Tanzania, and I have a trip coming up to Alaska. And then of course I have been to places in the US of A. And even with all of those trips that I've been to, I have turned down or not gone to a good 2 to 3 trips. And that was a conscious decision that I had to make in the moment. But either way, I would love to continue on with my travels. I think traveling is so much fun. You really learn a lot about yourself when you're on these trips. If you go with other people, you really learn a lot about them as well. And it generally gives me more perspective about my living conditions and just where I'm at in my life. I am a somewhat type A control freak when it comes to like my career and life goals. And when I go abroad and I see these people who are my age that are in different places of their life. Maybe they haven't done nearly as much as I have, or maybe they don't plan to. Maybe they're just letting life happen. It's really interesting, and it really puts more perspective for me on my life goals. So I really love traveling. And definitely let me know if you guys are interested in hearing about my travels. Like I said, I'm fair game to do it. And I think I still have photos from all my trips. So I can always like put some photos in so you guys can see, you know, like where I was, what I've done, all of that. I'm also considering doing a vlog for my Alaska trip, but we will see. I'm not going by myself, and depending on if the people that I'm going with are willing to be on camera, then maybe. If not, I might not do a vlog. I might just like take videos of certain things of me and just like kind of do a talk through where I talk about the experiences and I input the videos. So it's all based on them, and I'm not going to pressure them. I mean, they're going to have their journey in the trip as well. You know, trips really get you a perspective on life, and I would never want to take away from somebody's trip because I want to do something in particular, you know? So yeah, that was a really random tangent, but yeah, I really see the beauty community really turning towards not purchasing nearly as much. I think that really started with Kimberly Clark and her popularization of the the anti-hauls. And then I think it continued to really flourish with Samantha March and her Will I Buy It series. That series has really forced people to think, will I buy it? Do I need it? Such and such and such. So I think that between those two, it's really helped to bring the community to a point where they're really thinking about their purchases. They're really thinking about, okay, I'm going to potentially be spending $30 on this bullet lipstick. And I mean, even now I'm starting to think, okay, if I buy a bullet lipstick that is $30, how many hours did I work to pay for that bullet lipstick? And that really puts things into perspective for me. Sometimes the perspective is, I still don't care, I want that lipstick. But still, it's forcing me to really think about how much this is in association to my paycheck, in association to my hourly wage. And I think that is a really important thing that more people need to do. I'm just going to spray some Fix Plus. I like to do that to get my whole base together, and I'll decide my highlighter later. Just to tell you guys one thing that I'm putting on my face, because I haven't told you guys anything. I created this Z palette, and I did it with a bunch of shadows, trying to recreate a couple of palettes that I've been interested in. So this real pinky purpley section is for the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. This huge green section and gray brown section right there, that is for the Jeffree Star Alien palette, as well as some of the palettes from the Morphe 35B palette, I want to say. And then this quad up here was for the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. Those were just a couple of palettes that I was really interested in trying, really interested in purchasing. And so I just wanted to create this Z palette. It looks beautiful in my opinion. So I'm just going to go ahead and play with this today. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I won't be able to list it. Like, these are all single shadows, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really see the beauty community going in my opinion, the right direction. And potentially it might stop a lot of these controversies, a lot of these, in my opinion, more so bullying instances where people are being shamed for certain things. So I'm really excited for this transition in the community. And I also think it'll be important that a lot of people in their no buying are going to be panicking. So my camera played me. Not only did it stop recording, now it's pretending like it's going to die. So I had just literally started talking about the fact that I thought people in their no buy experience are going to start panning more items. And I was going on to say that I thought that with people panning more, that would bring the community closer together, because I feel like a lot of people who are in the panning community really don't talk to, don't like, for whatever reason, those who really review a lot of products. So I was just saying that I think it would be good and beneficial for the community to have everybody really just come together and start to just enjoy each other's company and just see the good things that everybody brings. That was not a good color to do that with. Ugh. So what I'm gonna do, because I do have another topic that I want to talk about, what I'm gonna do is give my battery some time to, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go as far as I can and then we will go from there. Let me just fix this eye, because that green just, that was atrocious. That was a terrible idea. Actually, that was the same brush I used. The pink, was it? No, it was this one. So yeah, I mean, my whole, like, I guess wrap up for that portion of this video was just saying that I think we should all just come together, really just focus on what we have. And I think in turn, if we do that, more brands, items will be going on sale. So they'll be releasing less items, which will be beneficial to everybody, whether it's because they financially can't afford to purchase all these items, or they just have fatigue, so they don't really want to purchase all these items. It just seems as though everybody slowing down on their purchases would be good for the beauty community as a whole. And then on top of that, depending on where you live, you're able to return makeup. And I think although that is a good thing, because sometimes we make purchases that we really did not foresee to not work for us. But at the same time, there are other instances where we're purchasing things just to purchase them, and then when they don't work out, we're returning like $200 worth of makeup. And that's crazy, because all of that makeup, it doesn't get resold. It gets put into a landfill, and that's hurting the environment. And for what? So that you could review something for 2 hot seconds and then get your money back and then continue the situation all over again. I mean, that's why I honestly agree with the fact that Sephora has changed their return policy, because I felt as though there were a lot of people who were taking advantage of that policy just because they knew they could return something. And even if you hear some of these stories, there are people who were returning stuff that they didn't even purchase at Sephora. And that's crazy. Like, come on. Don't take advantage of a system just because you can. That says a lot about you, you know? So yeah, I think that this is a really good move. And personally for me, I am going to be condensing what I purchased. So it's really forcing me to think about, do I really want this right now, or can I wait? Now, don't get me wrong, when I'm recording this video, it is only the 6th of the month. So that's really forcing me to, basically go on a no buy for a lot of the month, because of how early I purchased a lot of this makeup, which is fine. It's completely fine. I think that'll be good for me to do that. But I think also not saying that it's a no buy and just saying that I only get to purchase certain amounts of makeup will do better for me personally than saying you cannot purchase any makeup this month. And I talk about that in my November no buy wrap up, which hopefully will be up before this video. But yeah, that's kind of all I had to talk about. I hate that I had to just kind of give you guys a wrap up and you guys didn't get to hear my like random talking over myself and around myself situation, but you know, it is what it is. But the other topic that I wanted to talk about was my channel. Now, I don't know how long a lot of you guys have been with me. I haven't really grown all that much in this year, which is perfectly fine for me. But I've been on this platform for about a year. And previously I had an Instagram, an Instagram, a Twitter, and a blog. Those were the 3 platforms that I was really a part of prior to this year. And joining this platform, I was naive in the sense that I didn't think it would be as hard for me to get followers, and it wouldn't be as hard for me to really just take off in general, like even in just the amount of people that view my videos consistently. I didn't think it would be that hard, and that was because I was seeing these YouTubers who have already put in years or maybe even just a year and they've blown up, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm a cool person, a lot of people like to hang out with me, that's how it's going to be for me. And that's not necessary. Clearly, that's evident. It's not what happened. And it's perfectly fine with me. But I think for me, what I have learned is that I can't continue to compare myself to people like this. Maybe I should zoom in so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I'm kind of doing like a green purple eye situation. But yeah, I think it's very becoming that I'm starting to really come to grips with the fact that I'm okay with not immediately blowing up on this channel. It's really allowed me to come into my own, to figure out what videos I like to record, what new and interesting content I want to bring. And it's also allowed me, what is that? It's also allowed me to just do what I want to do. I've had maybe 1 or 2 video requests. One of them I have already done. The only one that I haven't done that I know of as a request was that somebody wanted me to do ASMR. From what I can tell, to do that, you really need a mic, and I don't have a mic. So that's the only reason why I haven't done that. That, and I don't really understand it, to be honest. But anyways, so it's allowed me to really just do whatever I want to do. And honestly, say whatever I want to say. If people are interested in what I'm saying, then they'll watch. If they're not, they'll click away. They'll not even click period. And yeah, this has honestly been a very nice tool for me to just relax. That's honestly why I created this channel in the first place, was to have some place where I can talk to people about purchasing makeup, because I don't really have anybody in my life that I can really talk to about it. I do, but I don't. And it's just really been nice. It's been really nice. Just being able to do that with you guys. And even just some of the comments that you guys have left have just been really nice. Just nice. And from where I was to now, it's light and day. Light and day. I've really come into my own. I feel like I'm doing things that I think are cool. I'm wearing eye looks that I think are cool. Other people most likely do not like half of the eye looks that I've done. I know friends and family have been like, oh, okay. that's cool. Even though I know they're like, what in the absolute are you doing to your face? But I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I like to do unique color combinations. I like to really push the envelope, see if it'll work. And if not, you know, it's as simple as just taking it off and trying another day, you know? So this channel has really helped me with that. And something else is that a lot of the people that I'm comparing myself to are a completely different age bracket than I am. Not saying that they're like super old and I'm super young. It's definitely not that. But I'm still in my 20s, mid 20s. And for all the people, basically all the people that I watch, they're in their, I would say, late 20s, early 30s. I'm really bad at telling people's age, like absolutely terrible at it. So unless you tell me your age, I'm probably gonna guess that you're a lot younger than you really are, which some people won't have a problem with, but others will. Wow, that green definitely turned black. I don't like that. I need to fix that. But let me see. I might use that ColourPop shadow. But for me, it's just realizing that I can't compare myself to people who are one, older, have been wearing makeup most likely for a longer period of time than I have been on this platform for a longer period of time than I have, and are, to be quite honest, making more money than me. I know that so many people who see my hauls and see everything are like, oh my God, you're hauling so much. But you know, there's so much behind the scenes that you guys don't see on like people's finances and how they're getting this stuff, etc., etc. Even for me, don't get me wrong, my finances are not atrocious. I'm not one of those people who are like down to my last dollar and I'm not eating and I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. Mainly that's because I have a different situation than a lot of those people. But nonetheless, I don't spend every last penny on makeup. I save, I do other things, I travel. So for me, it's more of, I don't want to spend out of my paycheck range, if that makes sense. I don't want to always have money sitting on my credit card that the next paycheck I have to pay off. I don't want to always be in that state. Not scratch it, well, I'm just gonna rub it. And that is something that, like I said, this is the year of realization. This is the year for me of really understanding who I want to be, how I want to spend my money, and what I want to do. And so that is why I'm really cutting myself lower on my spending, because doing that will allow me to potentially stay closer into my budget that I should be doing every 2 weeks. Now I do a budget, but I don't stay within it. And that's the problem. I really want to start to stay in that budget and really just focus on bringing in items that I really, really enjoy. And even within that realm, not always buying something because it's on sale. Wow, brain teaser. Like, that is something that I don't think I've always been guilty in doing, and I think that it is something that I am aware of if I'm doing it, but I'm really good at rationalizing, oh, but you've wanted this, oh, but you've wanted this. And yeah, maybe I've wanted it, but that doesn't necessarily mean I need to get it right now. You know, for example, as of today, I think Pat McGrath is still doing her like 25% off her entire website sale, as a lot of other brands are doing currently, to try and get more and more people to buy stuff for Christmas. And for me, as much as I want more Pat McGrath stuff, I have not purchased anything from that sale. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and charged my battery because it definitely did die on me. And I don't remember what I was saying. Let me figure out what I was. So I figured it out. I was talking about the Pat McGrath 25% off sale and how I hadn't purchased anything. And I think that is something that I have said multiple times on this channel before. Even if there's something that's on sale right now and you really, really want it, if you can't afford it, don't worry. There is going to be another sale. Maybe not right at this moment, maybe not in a month, but around another holiday, there will be another sale. So that's something that I'm really starting to like think about. And even just that, all of this limited edition stuff that they claim is never going to come back comes back. Like when ABH's and Amrezy highlight first came out, I was not a fan of highlighters, and my highlight collection has almost like times 100 expanded. Okay, and it's just something that I have gotten into now that I'm doing more different looks. And just to tell you guys, today I'm wearing a Touch of Glam highlighter. Good Lord, is this thing insane. It's this one right here. Okay, that thing, it is powdery, but the sheen that it puts on your skin is, I just tapped lightly. But anyways, the Amrezy highlighter, they claimed it was never going to come back, and then it has. I did purchase it in case you were interested. It hasn't come to me yet, and like I said, as soon as all of my stuff comes in, I will be doing a huge haul of just stuff that I purchased before November and stuff I purchased during Black Friday. A lot of things I am still waiting on. I might go ahead and just do a haul because I have a good amount of items. Not everything, but I have a good amount. And yeah, for me, I think it's very important that we, me included, stop comparing ourselves to people that just aren't comparable. Even for those people who are within the realm of subscribers that I have currently on this platform, which is, I think I'm in the 200 somewhere. I can't compare myself to them because I bring something different to the table that they may bring. I love my bronzer hunt. That is not something that a lot of people really view on my channel, but I love it. And I think it really helps other people who may be really interested in bronzers that are in my complexion realm and can't find a good bronzer. My favorite bronzer to date, and one that I can't seem to put down, is my ColourPop Bits and Pieces. And if you saw my 12 and by New Year's, and even I have recorded products that I've hit pan on, this is extended because I physically cannot stop using this. Every time I use another bronzer, I'm like, oh, it's okay, but I want my bits and pieces on top, so I go ahead and add this in with that bronzer. And although that might not be something that a lot of people like, it's something different to the table that I think I bring. I bring weird looks. Not very many people that are my complexion really love crazy bright looks, crazy weird looks, and that's something that I bring. I love to do stuff like that. Yesterday, I filmed a video in my series that was recreating YouTubers looks, and I put on a lipstick that most people my complexion would refuse to put on, and I did not line the outside so it blended into my complexion. No, I just went all out there, and that's something that I've always been interested in doing, always done. So for me, let's wrap it all up in a nice little bow. I'm happy that I am slowing down my purchases. I think it's good that the beauty community as a whole, from what I can see from the people that I follow, are starting to slow down on their makeup purchases. I think it'll start to bring more people to the panning community, a community that I've always loved to be a part of. I haven't really gotten my niche when it comes to the painting community. And then when it comes to comparing myself with others, I'm going to stop doing it. I am just going to continue to come on here, record videos because I love it, edit videos because I have to, and just continue to do me. And if I become one of those people who reaches 1,000, I will be happy. If I stay within these 200 people, I will be happy. Just because it's a small community that I have created of people who enjoy my content, who enjoy me, and look forward to watching my videos. And as for purchasing, when it comes to sales, I am gonna really do good. Like right now, I have a 20% off coupon at Ulta. This is my birthday month, so Ulta is giving me 2 times the points. Sephora does their stuff. All of these other brands are doing a lot of things, and I haven't really purchased anything since like the first weekend. I will be going shopping this Saturday with a friend, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm still gonna stick with my budget of only doing 3 items in each category. So I won't be purchasing anything that I've already gotten too many items of this month. And the last thing I want to say is, please let me know if you guys want to see videos on, more videos on traveling. I'm interested in doing it, and I think it would bring another part to my channel, and I have done a good amount of traveling for my short age, so I would love to tell you guys about it. Like I said before, I've been to Tanzania, I have been to London, I have been to Ireland, I have been to Paris. I have a trip that I'm going to Alaska, and even I can tell you guys how I pack, how I plan. I'm planning another potential trip for spring break. I can tell you guys easy ways to do budget-friendly trips. I can tell you guys websites to sign up for to get discounts on trips. I have a good plethora of things that I think I can talk to you guys about, and if you guys are interested, I will do it. Most likely I will still be doing it because I'm really starting to think about those types of videos along with my makeup videos. But yeah, I really did enjoy this Get Ready With Me. I'm surprised I actually talked the whole time. There wasn't a time that I didn't talk, and I even talked when my camera wasn't recording. But anyways, I'm super happy to do this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully it wasn't too long, and as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.